I had to make a couple changes to the oil system because the test stand support leg here was interfering with this fitting, so had to make a few changes. Mylodon has real good instructions on their website about installing the pickup uh, in the pan, and they look good and everything, but we've all seen these dripping a little bit of oil, and we don't want that. In Rich Nedball's very good book, he says the answer is to put some of that gasket sealer called the right stuff behind that big gold washer, and that'll hopefully take care of any oil dripping there. But don't forget, if you're building a new engine, you're going to have to oil up this hole. You're trying to, you've got that O-ring there, and you don't want to be trying to shove a rubber O-ring in a dry steel like that. That doesn't work good. I ordered these heads for this build over a year ago, and they finally came in about 3 weeks ago. In a previous episode where we were mocking up the heads and checking the guides and springs and everything, those heads were polished and they don't sell them that way anymore, and so I didn't want to give them up. So that's why I ordered these. And so the other set, you remember the guides were too tight. Now they may work fine and all of that and no problems, but the guys that build engines professionally, they do a lot of this. They have drag cars, they build street motors. They wanted more clearance than the thou that Edelbrock was giving. The way Edelbrock does it, all their stems are the same. I think they're 310, and they were just reaming the guides with a 311 reamer, and you got a thou clearance. Well, people want more, and especially on the exhaust. I think the reason everybody always has more clearance on the exhaust is because it gets hotter and expands more, I think was the line of thinking behind that. But when Chrysler was building these, they did it by reaming the guides to the same size, but the exhaust valve was smaller diameter. So you don't care how you get there, you just want the proper clearance. But this head, which is a post-COVID head, somebody must have gotten through to Edelbrock, and the guides are just absolutely perfect. They're 1.2 thousandths on the intake and 1.6 on the exhaust. I mean, I don't know how you could do it any better than that. So what this means is you have heads that are really ready to bolt on, really. I mean, the way it was, you could live 120 miles from a head shop, and then you got to take them over there and wait a month, and then come back and get them and spend money and drive another 120 miles, and that's all bad, and it adds to your costs, and this makes them much more economical. Of course, they did jack up the price, but they're much more economical now. You probably don't live next door to a head shop that's going to hone your guides for free. So this was a big deal. It's really wonderful. My hat's off to Edelbrock on these post-COVID head machining operations. It's really nice. Don't forget to brush those two holes out when you clean them up. That's the oil to your rockers, and then of course they intersect with the head bolt holes, so you got to clean that up. But you know that. But just don't forget those. Don't get in a hurry. Take your time. I tested another one of our cam break-in springs. It was 99. That other one we tested was 101. So we're giving them the 100 that they asked for. I do wish they give us titanium retainers. You know, we're driving Mopars. We like shiny. But I'm sure that's a cost issue. But hey, I think they're great. I'll wrap these up. We'll be putting them on soon. I know what you're thinking. You didn't think that you needed to mock up a valve cover, right? Well, Grasshopper, you're wrong. Because obviously this doesn't fit. It won't think about going down. So I'm going to make it fit, but I'm going to have to get intimate with the rat tail file all day. This one needs to go this way. This one needs to go this way. That one needs to go that way. This one right here is the only one that's right. It's right on the money. The other 9, it's going to have to be hand fit to the head. Now, I guess the reason for today's rant is there might be some viewers out there who weren't alive back in the old days. And so I wanted to show you what it was like in the old days. You call Keith Black and he sends you valve covers. And you take them out of the box and you walk over to your head and you put it on. And it fits absolutely perfectly. Notice how every stud is right in the middle of that spot face where the nut's going to sit in there perfectly. Now, this just makes you want to call the Brain Cancer Institute and make a donation in the name of Keith Black. We need him bad. We need him. He must have the real prints. These prints that Mopar sends out now to everybody, that's something they made up. We need a copy of the real set of prints. But I'm going to get those valve covers fixed. And we're going to make it all work. By the way, these cast valve covers take different plug tube O-rings. A little bigger, I think. So, yes, you have to mock up your plug tube O-rings too, or that's not going to work. Okay, let's admit it. You people have been lied to. There's no way I could have got those other valve covers file fit in one day. No. So, I think we should go with these valve covers instead, because then I don't want my viewers to die of old age before I get this build done. So we'll go with these, and I'll get some kind of extended shank 1/4-inch carbide aluminum burr to use in a die grinder, and then maybe I can get them done in one day. And as you probably guessed, yes, these valve covers take different size plug tube O-rings than the others, but you probably knew that it had to, right? Don't you just love it when you have an easy day planned, nothing hardly hard to do at all, and just going to put the balancer on. You know how to do that. You oil up the snout of the crank, and you oil up the front seal, and then you oil up the ID of the balancer to keep everything smooth when you're going on. And then you use this tool to push that. You don't hammer on a $500 balancer. You use this tool, got a little Torrington bearing there, and it just turns, just pushes it on there nice and easy, and you know, everything's wonderful, right? So then you get your standoff here looks proper, and you know you're clear, everything looks right, and you decide to put in your Hemi balancer bolt. Hemis have real big balancer bolts, and I guess that's just left over from the old days. But so you put on your balancer bolt. Got a lot of threads, you know. They're, well, guess what? I don't think that's going to work. So, what's wrong? Well, it's actually a comedy of errors. First of all, that it's not threaded near deep enough for a 426 Hemi balancer bolt. So you get to thinking, okay, I'll just put a wedge bolt in there. So you go get a wedge bolt. Well, that's all the threads you're going to have engaged. Now, would it hold it? Yes, I'm sure it would. That's a huge bolt, 3/4 inch bolt. You've only got 3/8 or so of threads to tighten up, though. So that's not really right. So what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to try to tap the crank deeper. There's still some room down there. Looks like a couple hundred thousandths anyway. But even if I could go deeper, that's not going to help because we're still too far away. And even if you went back another inch, well, that wouldn't matter because look where the threads start on that crank. A regular Hemi balancer bolt, the grip here, this part without the threads, that's 800 thousandths. You got the washer that's around 250, so you got to have 550 between here and where the threads engage. Minimum, really, you're going to run out of threads on the bolt. Well, I've got about 400. So that's not going to work. Now I know you're going to tell me to go to the hardware store and get one of them bolts like the people at these Mopar stores sell you for a harmonic balancer bolt. That's not a harmonic balancer bolt. That's a bolt from the store. And no, that's not good enough. I want the real bolt. So I'm going to try to tap it deeper, and then I'm going to try to, if I got enough room to put this in a lathe, and shorten it as much as I can to match whatever I get out of that. And then I hope my die is good enough to cut this, and then I'll cut this down some. So really, I think in a half a day I can put a harmonic balancer bolt on an engine. And people wonder why it takes me so long. It's not all my fault. It's not like the old days. Okay, I took the bolt and cut it off, radius the nose. Then I threaded down here a couple hundred thousandths. Then I took a 3/4 inch bottoming tap and tapped in until I couldn't stand it anymore. You can't imagine the anxiety when you're turning that big wrench thinking if this thing breaks, this is not going to be pretty. I don't want to take this thing all back apart. But the end result, it works. I've got about 90 thousandths left. So I guess I'm happy. I hate having a bolt special for this crank, but that's where we're at. In the next episode, I guess we're done with all this little stuff. So in the next episode, we'll put the heads and the rockers on, and it'll start looking like a Hemi.